Bugs, Granny, Speedy, I need you all to do me a favor. I need you to look at the words on the screen, and I need you to understand that all of these words, for at least the past 8 years, maybe even longer than that, have been done to death by a bunch of people who forget the definitions of these words. They use these words as a means to win some type of argument online to make it seem like they're an intellectual individual or someone who claims to care about the struggles of everyone, but realistically, they're just running these words into the ground. And whenever I hear people use these words and sentences to critique something or talk about one thing being something that people can't do or have access to, I immediately roll my eyes because I know you're just talking out of the side of your neck. And the one word we're going to focus on today is privilege, because a lot of people in recent years have confused privilege with a blessing. They think that your hard work and dedication to something is nothing more than an innate privilege that anyone else could have if they had the same resources as you. I wonder if there was an example of something being called a privilege by someone who clearly isn't understanding the difference between privilege and blessing. Running.
Running as an act is political. And you know who taught me that? Tim Walz. The first thing he told me when I was first getting into it in high school, granted, I don't really do it as much anymore. I go in spurts, but when I was first getting into it in high school, the first thing he told me was that running is a privilege, and being a part of the running community is a privilege that not all people have access to. Whether you do it recreationally or you race a lot or you are, at the elite level, it is a privilege. Whether it be you just having the time to run, access to funds to buy the gear, access to, healthy quality foods that fuel you as you're training and as you're running, access to, a safe, stable situation that allows you to be in a good mental state to be able to run. All of those things are hard to come by. And if you have them and are a part of the running community, that is a privilege. And that, again, was the first thing he taught me. So I don't really understand how platforming and administration that cuts mental health services, cuts, funding and literal shipments to food banks, is entirely hurting the climate, because you can get into running in the climate. That's a whole nother thing. But is cutting, funds to climate initiatives and actively hurting the planet in that way. Sending people away without due process, villainizing minorities. All of those things are preventing people from getting into the running community, which is what I thought Kate's platform was for. But it's also just damaging to society as a whole. We should not be normalizing these people. I'm not going to tell anyone what to do with their page, but I think it's insulting to my dad to leave a certain video pinned, especially when he stands for quite literally the opposite of what this administration is doing. You don't get to both sides this. It's not both sides. We are quite literally talking about good versus evil here, and I'm just really disappointed the whole thing happened. I was there when that video with my dad was filmed, and I was very impressed with Kate, and this is just extremely disappointing.
I just want you all to know that that is the dumbest fucking statement ever given about anything under the sun. Running is not a privilege. It is a blessing. You having access to use your legs is a blessing. You, in a world where there are people who can't use their legs or they don't even have legs, so they got to figure out different ways to move in direction 1 to direction 2, is a blessing. It's a blessing that people who don't have access to their legs, whether if they don't have them or they don't work anymore for reasons that are either out of their control or by the hands of somebody else, you can sit there and say that it is a blessing that they are still on this earth to experience life, maybe not in the same way as you, but they still get to experience life. That is not a privilege. That is a blessing. Being in an area where it's safe to run, I wonder what communities you're trying to shit talk subtly without actually mentioning it. It's a blessing to have circumstances fit into your scenarios. That way you could train and be the best person you can be. It is a blessing that you have the talent to be the fastest runner or to casually run, to make sure you maintain a healthy balance in your fucking life. It is a blessing, but you simple-minded motherfuckers think everything is a privilege because, oh, we have all this opportunity and everyone else doesn't have this opportunity to go outside and be healthy and go on a walk or go on a run. It's a blessing that I was able to live long enough. That way I could make my own money and move to an area where I could walk 20 minutes to where there's an open field to where I could just run back and forth. It's a blessing. I don't have privilege. I have been blessed by the hand of opportunity in making sure that what I have is what I earned, you stupid fuck. And the fact that you got criticized for this shit rightfully and you're turning it into, oh, it's just a bunch of angry white men.
Whenever there's comments that say like, this is why you guys lost, but really it's just like having basic empathy and understanding how the world works is crazy. It's also projection. A lot of times these comments are coming from insecure white men that are so convinced that they are being, put down and targeted in this world. And they're really just insecure because they have everything on their side and they still aren't successful. So they make up like, this is woke and like all of this stuff, but really it's just projection because they know that they're not good enough. And I genuinely believe the solution is not to like not talk about this stuff, because it's important that the world or that people in this world know how the world works and understands how intersectionality, applies to literally everything. And it's important to see things from an intersectional lens. But the solution is not to like not talk about that stuff. It's to shame people for being terrible. Like that's the answer. That is the answer. And I actually think that's where Democrats went wrong. They haven't been nice to us for fucking ever. Why are we playing by rules that no longer apply? Call these people out for being dumb and my phone cut off, but call these people out for being dumb and unsuccessful. Like genuinely. Get up and get on or get out.
Hi, Negro here. I'm telling you, you're fucking stupid. And yeah, this probably isn't the reason, but it is funny to say that stupid shit like this is the reason why Kamala lost. I think it's even funnier to blame people like these individuals on the screen, but that's a topic for another day. I'm getting sick of people who are not in a position of working as hard as somebody else, running around with the convenient excuse that, oh, everything's just a privilege. Oh, it's just a privilege. Oh, you eating tonight's a privilege. Oh, this is a privilege. This is a privilege. Privilege. It's blessings. It is a blessing to have the opportunity to do the things that you do. It's a blessing when you achieve success in the things that you've been working hard on. It's a blessing that you reach that point to where you could see a little financial success and you could use the finances to better your life or maybe better a friend's life, family's life, anyone's life. It is a blessing. But you simple-minded motherfuckers who confuse blessing with privilege will always be second place. You will always be third place. You will always be a loser because you think saying privilege is going to make everything matter and everyone be equal. It is not, because unfortunately, someone's going to be better than you. And the fact that you, random white lady, think that that's going to give you the out necessary to get you liked by everybody, congratulations. You solved nothing and achieved even less, because the people you want to make sure that you see that also still don't like you. I'd Google or look up the Unfuck America tour, because even when white people do the right thing of standing by black people, it never really works out for them in the long run, because they're still getting called white supremacists, white supremi, evil individuals who never really do anything but undermine black people. So congratulations. Nothing has changed, and you have completely diminished the hard work of other people. Why? Because you think saying, oh, it's a privilege is supposed to make people feel like, oh, I didn't earn this. Oh, I don't deserve this. Oh, take this, you poor non-running individuals, and oh, do better than me. No, take this as the way to end this video. It is a blessing that we are still able to use our bodies, whether if we have full access or limited access. If we could still move and get from point A to point B, it's a blessing. Be blessed in the opportunities that you have in this world. Be thankful for those opportunities that you have in this world, and don't be a sniveling little bitch running around saying everything is privilege, because the moment you do that, you undermine not only your hard work, but other people's hard work. You are not the beacon of understanding when it pertains to what is a handout about and what is a true opportunity. You can try to be, but as soon as you start spewing out buzzwords to try to make it seem like you have an innate understanding about what was instilled into you, so it's not really just a belief, it's something that was put into you by somebody else, you don't really know what you're talking about. And I know you like to hide behind the, oh, we need to do better in the world, and I'm a white person, and I have all this supremacy and privilege. You're not doing anything bitching about other people's hard work while you're sitting in a fucking car or sitting in your fucking room and thinking that you're changing the world for the better. You're actually making everybody dumber, and you're lowering people's self-esteem by having them think that all their hard work is nothing more than a privilege when it is indeed a fucking blessing. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Mwah. Goodbye.